Hello and welcome to Army News. In today's newscast, we have the story of an Armory's grand opening from Windsor, a first of its kind in Canada. We have a gun race report and a soldier profile. But we begin our show with a report from Newfoundland on Exercise Viking Shield. Exercise Viking Shield saw soldiers from various units across Newfoundland exposed to the art of mobile defense maneuvering. Sergeant Todd Barry was there.
With safety inspections completed, personal kit loaded up, soldiers from across Newfoundland hit the Terranceville for Exercise Viking Shield, where the troops will take part in defensive operations in rugged terrain, which will test them to the limits.
Right now, today, we're here with 36 Service Battalion, 56 Field Engineers, the 1st Battalion, Royal Newfoundland Regiment, 2nd Battalion, and 728 Communication Squadron, getting ready to go out on Exercise Viking Shield. What you see up there right now, of course, is the advance party preparing to move out. That will be mostly the 36th Service Battalion, myself and the comm squadron, going up to set up the area, lay out all the, basically all the support requirements for it, assign the routes, and get the CPs, command posts set up, and ready to support the soldiers when they come out around midnight tonight.
As friendly troops prepare their defensive positions, a reconnaissance patrol is sent out to provide early warning in a forward screen operation. The defensive troops didn't have long to wait, as the enemy force was eager to take the initiative using the fog that had rolled in overnight. A FOO party from 3 Field Regiment, based out of St. John, New Brunswick, calls in defensive fire on the advancing enemy troops as defenders attempt to break free and move back to the defensive box, Iden. On completion of the withdrawal, observer controllers conducted an after-action review.
I kind of had high hopes that I would come out of this with learning a lot more about mobile defense. Mobile defense is not exactly the easiest things, especially when you're a C6 gunner.
It's been a great experience. It's probably the best thing I've ever done in my life, really. It makes me feel really proud to be part of the Canadian Forces and being able to do something that I can be proud of.
The rough terrain here, filled with hills and valleys and marshlands, was both challenge for the friendly and the enemy forces here today in the Buron Peninsula in Newfoundland. For Army News, I'm Sergeant Todd Barry.
What has 3 reserve unit, 1 Army Cadet Corps, and City Police have got in common? This.
Stay with us and watch for this story in this newscast.
Soldier profiles continue to be one of the many features of Army News. Sergeant Cynthia Fontaine spent some time with our next one.
Instilled into the memory of each soldier is that one individual who has impacted and inspired our life and our career. A soldier that leads by example and professionalism. This soldier is Master Warrant Officer Louise Chamberland.
Obviously, being a woman, she serves as an example for many people within the organization. She is professional, has a lot of discipline in her work, she likes what she does, she'll get to the bottom of things.
Subordinates have also been touched by her sense of leadership and caring.
The Master Warrant Officer, for me, is an example of leadership. She is always there when we need her help. She's there to help me, and she is a role model for me.
Master Warrant Officer Chamberlain, I would say she's a little like everyone's mother in the unit.
But Master Warrant Officer Chamberlain's sense of duty goes beyond that of a soldier. She is also the civilian coordinator of the Prevention of Harassment and Racism program at SQFT.
In fact, she is an exceptionally professional employee. She's a person who actively listens, which is excellent for the type of work we do. She is a very competent person. Her knowledge is an incredible contribution to the team. I rely heavily on Louise.
I am in the midst of preparing my master's on different types of prevention and resolutions with the Faculty of Law at Sherbrooke University. And along with all of this, I helped edit 2 books on the prevention of conflict in the workplace.
Master Warrant Officer Chamberlain has this to say to all soldiers who don't think they have enough time to do it all.
The advice I gave to these young people, it's like I said before, it's an agenda and you make your list of priorities. I think that where there's a will, there's a way. It's looking at what I can do and not what I can't do.
For more information on your Army and other stories Army News has covered, visit your website at army.gc.ca.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is the Washington, D.C. This is Avita France. My name is Hank. I'm a dishwasher, the busser. And the Canadian Army is a beautiful thing. And you are watching Army News. Bada bing, bada boom. Life is good, huh? Enjoy it.
If one of the land staff strategies is to connect with Canadians, le 5e Régiment d'artillerie légère du Canada has found a great way to do it. Sergeant Cedric Hamel explains.
The concept of freedom of the city is British in origin and dates back to the 16th century. The military continues today to enjoy this freedom. I asked some Canadian Forces members what it meant to them.
It gives us a chance to march through our streets with bayonets fixed and show people that the artillery is represented here in Quebec City.
It's a source of pride, coming here this morning to parade with our weapons and uniforms. That's really the main reason.
What does it mean to the regiment, exercising your freedom of the city?
It shows that you're part of the city, because in fact most of the members of the 5e Régiment d'artillerie légère du Canada are from Quebec City. So having an opportunity to parade is a source of pride, not only for them, but for their parents and friends as well.
What does it mean for Quebec City, granting a military unit the freedom of the city?
It means a great deal because it's a tradition that comes to us from Europe, where the cities were sovereign territory, so to speak, and where granting a regiment the freedom of the city was a mark of the bond, the extremely special relationship between them. It sends a strong message that we consider the Army, the armed forces, a member of our family. They are an integral part of the city, and vice versa.
What does it take for Quebec City to grant a military unit freedom of the city?
Generally, we ask ourselves whether there is any historical justification for doing so, and then we're only too happy to grant it.
Years ago, it was a great honor to be accorded the freedom of the city. Based on the comments we have received, it's the same today. This is Sergeant Cedric Hamel for Army News in Quebec City.
A first of its kind in Canada, the Windsor Police Service and a reserve unit moved into the same building to better meet the needs of both organizations. Sergeant Daniel Susi was there.
The Army reservists residing in Windsor will be able to train starting today in a modern installation in order to get ready to meet the operational needs of the future. It's in the presence of high dignitary that the new military armory, Major Frederick Albert Tilston, decorated with the Victoria Cross, jointly with the local police of Windsor, opened the doors officially today.
Well, I think mostly the fact that things are modern. We know that things aren't going to be falling apart, and the fact that all the equipment and stuff that's here is modern and ready to go. We have everything we need, so we're happy.
It's an excellent facility. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm very glad it was built, and let it be the template for the rest of Canada because it's been done right.
More than 500 reservists and 550 local policemen, as well as Army Cadets unit, will collectively be able to use the new installation and to follow their training.
This is a very exciting day for us. We're able to join all of our training facilities. We're scattered in different locations. We didn't have a unified place to do our training and to move into the next decades, and this allowed us to do that.
And when you combine that with our police services, and you combine them all in one home for this common cause of defense. It's a great opportunity for the community, but more importantly, it's a great tradition to start.
In this particular case, we not only have additional facilities for training, but we also have access to the facilities that the police services use that we can also make use of.
The training activities of policemen are normally being held in the daytime, while those of the reserved and cadets take place in most cases in the evening and weekends. A capable reserve force is vital for the overall affordability, sustainability, and the long-term effectiveness of the Canadian Forces. Reserve units must have the infrastructure required to recruit and train their members to fulfill their vital role. Now that the new armory is officially open, it's now time to close the door on the old one.
Thank you, Sergeant Susi. This is Army News, your news for your Army, and we would like to hear from you. We welcome your feedback. Please visit your website at army.gc.ca and let us know if anything new happening in your region. With that, you're up to date. We thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week. For Army News, I'm Sergeant Craig Reed.